Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. It is yourself. It is, of course, yours truly, Doug Smith here, and this is my post-game reaction for the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, as of right now, I'm still watching the game. There's 54 seconds on the clock, and it's 3rd and 1, and the very undisciplined Pittsburgh Steelers are probably going to end up losing this one. Looks like they have one timeout, which they just used. And as the game takes and wraps up, I'm going to do a full breakdown of the game and my thoughts on this game. Now, before this game, now on paper, many people just want to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, but we got to put some respect on the name of the Cleveland Browns. Okay, Baker Mayfield ain't there. Deshaun Watson ain't even out there. There's a man by the name of Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby freaking Brissett. And he is him and that tight end, man, dude, you would have thought that they've been playing with each other for years. I mean, their chemistry is just, he just kept finding him, and they're both two tall guys, two big physical guys making plays happen. I love to take and see this. And for someone who's an ex-college football player who played the tight end position, daggone it, man. David Njoku, man, I give you a firm American handshake if I was there right now. Huge David Njoku fan. And Brissett played well. Mark Cooper played well. And I know a lot of people just say, Deshaun Watson's just going to come in and just kill it right away. When was it week 10 or week 11, what happened, what have you, Taysom comes and happens. Here's the thing. This isn't the game of Madden where he's just going to come in and just destroy it. But, man, who better than Jacoby Brissett to keep that seat warm for you? Plus, you have Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was doing his thing out there. You have freaking Mr. Monster Legs himself, Nick Chubb, out there doing his thing. This was a great game tonight. I mean, 23-17 as of right now. The game's wrapping it up right now. Yeah, look, yep, Browns got the first down. So, yeah, they're going to put a knee down, and it's going to be game over. And I'll say this, man. Steelers could have very easily won this game. Y'all see that catch? That dude, his name is escaping me right now, man. But that catch is one of the prettiest catches. George Pickens, excuse me. That is one of the prettiest catches I have ever seen in my life. I mean, you talk about a beautiful catch, but also as well, he also had a lot of drop passes as well. Drop catches as well too. Deontay Johnson, got to talk about you as well too. He also had a lot of drop catches as well. Then, of course, Mitchell Trubisky, who actually had some very decent throws. He did better than I thought he would. But overall, this team is just not ready yet. They got the injury with T.J. Watt. And Cleveland Browns, man, they're a bit more seasoned. They've, there's only a few teams in the NFL who had to deal with a crap-loaded drama. It's the Miami Dolphins with the whole Tua situation. And, of course, you got to take and mention the Cleveland Browns. Stuff's crazy, right? But congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. Wow, what a game. What a game. They looks like they ultimately pulled this off. And the Cleveland Browns, man, they're going to be a problem down the stretch, man. This is a team where their O-line is solidified. They have a running game. This is a team that, they have receivers. David Njoku is like, this is a David Njoku I've been waiting to see this tonight. Y'all saw that catch he had in the back of the end zone? He had that get off me type catch, man. Oh, I freaking loved it. I freaking love it. Now, in a little bit, folks, I do have a special guest taking and joining us today. Actually, he was on the Steelers not too long ago. Ikenna Onwuasoanya, he did a trial in the spring camp for the Steelers. And he currently plays for the Houston Gamblers in the USFL. He's going to be joining us. He's also personal friends with David Njoku as well, too. So he has a lot of friends on both teams. So we're going to be doing a live show here in a few minutes. So he should be joining us. I'm going to continue to give my breakdown and my analysis. We're going to go over these stats here in just a moment. But yeah, he should be joining us very, very shortly. I also want to take and talk about Kareem Hunt. Now, you guys know Kareem Hunt was going to be leaving this team. It was looking like, once someone opens up their mouth that they are disgruntled, man, that's pretty much the end of it. He's going to be on his way. But the Browns, this isn't the Browns of 10 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. These are the new Cleveland Browns. And these Browns want to win, and they want to win now. I don't know what this season is going to look like for the Cleveland Browns. But looking at teams like, the Bengals, who do not look good, Steelers don't look as good as I thought they were. Still early on. Colts. I'm at 3 teams, guys. Remember how stacked the AFC was supposed to be? What's another team? Broncos. They're just not gelling yet. I think the Broncos are going to be really good in the long run. But we got to put some respect on the Cleveland Browns name. And, man, they very well could take and make it to the playoffs, man. Maybe the AFC isn't as stacked as we thought it would be. But, man, good freaking football happened tonight, folks. Also, as well, if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel take and grow. Hit the like button, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. For those who don't know, I cover the whole entire NFL. All 32 teams. January through April, I do NFL interviews. So I cover a lot of UDFAs, a lot of draft prospects and their journey into the NFL. So if that's your thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel to grow. In the meantime, I'm going to really quickly go ahead and play my intro video, and then we're going to really do a deep dive on this game, and then we'll take it from there. So let me go ahead and hit my intro, and I'll see you guys in just a second.
Touchdown with Doug Smith, celebrate, that's a new move. Heisman, 2 views, catch him on YouTube. NFL coverage, interviews, who lose, who win, who lose. Comedy, you choose, it's not about moolah. The QB's like Tua is missing in action. No L's on my shooter. Play it like Marino, it's a gamble like casino. Hungry for it, but we still gon' try to feed the people. Rivalries will lead the conference. Cowboys are the Eagles. Will Belichick be a threat? Better check. Tomlin on deck. Much respect to the vet. What to expect? Gotta tune in for the rest. Make sure to sub, like, check. At the best, Bad Boy, the sports podcast. For the threat across the north, east, south, in the west. Sitting back clueless. Time to tune in. Now another sports center. It's a movement.
That's right, folks. Not another sports center, but it is a movement. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. If it's your first time on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, folks. Right now, and I thought the Browns had a first down. It looks like they're actually 4th and inches. I misspoke a moment ago. 15 seconds left in the game. I do not see these Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. Before this game, George Pickens, he had made a comment that he's open. I think he said, 85% of the time? You just got to watch the stuff that you say in the NFL because you put unnecessary pressure on yourself. George Pickens is a dog. He is going to be such a problem. But he's also a rookie as well, too. Not to take anything away from him. He's also a rookie as well. So, I said to say this. That catch by George Pickens, that was the Odell Beckham catch of this year. Wow. What a catch. What a phenomenal catch. I loved everything that I saw in that catch. That catch is something where I'm like, I don't even know. If you're like Xavier Howard and you're guarding a guy like that, how do you stop that? You know what I mean? For someone to he's running parallel with you, the ball's going over, at a 30-degree angle, and then you just contort your body and take and bring it in. What a freaking catch. I really, for the Steelers, man, I really would love to see. I thought Kenny Pickett would be in today. I feel like Kenny Pickett, I personally, the Steelers, they're going to go down to 1-2 after this game, and the Cleveland Browns will rise to 2-1 after this game. I see Kenny Pickett probably starting by week 5, no later than week 8, personally. Mitch Trubisky looked a heck of a lot better. I mean, a heck of a lot better than I thought, that I was going to see today, and everything. Brownies got another touchdown. What the heck? I'm watching this live, guys. Wow. 29-17, not including the extra point. They were trying to do a pass back. What a stupid play. I don't know. They had close to 10 seconds. I feel like they could have got it further down the field and did another shot with Trubisky with that monster arm he supposedly has. And everything. But, man, congratulations to the Brown on the victory. All right, so now this is an official victory now. I know I said victory a few minutes ago, but I guess we're just accepting our blessings in advance tonight. Comment below. Let me know what you thought this score was going to be tonight. I had the Browns actually winning this game tonight, 24-17. But I was kind of close, right? 29-17. I'll take it. But what a game. What a game. And Jacoby Brissett, there was this play where he gets underneath the center. And I want to say it was like, it must have been like fourth down for 4th and 3, 4th and 4. They did not run the ball, actually. And he says hike. He drops back, and then he's already a tall guy. I want to say Jacoby Brissett's probably like 6'4", 6'5". He jumps up in the air and freaking rockets the ball right over to his receiver. And it happened to be Amari Cooper. And it wasn't like this big, spectacular play. I think the play might have been like 4 yards or something like that. But, man, what a freaking play. I was like, ooh, like there's nothing like a good running gun quarterback. We've seen it with John Elway, Brett Favre. I don't want to say I'll talk Brett Favre right now. It frustrates me. But we've seen it with players like that where they're just, gunslingers, Fitzpatrick. So for Jacoby Brissett out there to keep the seat warm for Mr. Deshaun Watson is going to be exciting. And you know what, man? Good for the Browns for being able to commit to Deshaun Watson, because a lot of teams, they don't want that drama. They don't want that drama, but the fan base apparently is accepting this man with open arms. So, hey, look, I, as far as the Deshaun Watson case, I don't want to dive too much in that. I just think he was just irresponsible, in my opinion. He hurt anybody, in my opinion, based off the evidence that's out there. That's why this didn't go to legal court and it went into, the other court. So, but honestly, man, they say winning cures all, man. And this is a winning team, and it's going to make it that much more easier for Deshaun Watson. And people forget with Deshaun Watson, man. I was talking with my buddy Peyton Doyle. Check out the Peyton Doyle show. He's like I'm not a dedicated Browns channel, but I cover the Browns. I cover the whole NFL. Dolphins fan, actually. But Peyton Doyle, he's a huge Browns fan. He made a good point. Like, people forget Deshaun Watson at one point was better than Patrick Mahomes. Like, his stats were in that same category. You know what I mean? Rocket arm. He gave you everything that he needed to give you. You know what I mean? And stuff. Also, folks, I have a pro football player, Ikenna Onwuasoanya. He is good friends with David Njoku, current pro football player. He had tryouts this year with Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He currently plays for the Houston Gamblers in the USFL. So he will be joining us soon on this game recap. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this here for a few more minutes. Let's go ahead. Let's break down the stats of this game. I'm actually pulling it up right now on my end. Give me just a sec here. I know the game just ended a few minutes ago. Man, what a game tonight. What a game tonight. And these games, these AFC North games are never boring. They're literally never boring. They're like really freaking good games, man. Let me go ahead and pull up the stats here. NFL.com on my end is acting up right now. Give me one sec, peeps. I'm just pulling this up on my end. Also, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I love this Thursday night crew. Richard Sherman, Tony Gonzalez, Ryan Fitzpatrick over here looking like an Irish pimp. What a game tonight. What a game. I'm just pulling this up, folks. Give me just a moment here. Man, what a game. Okay, here we go. Pulling up the stats. Man, it's good to see a winning Cleveland. When the Browns are winning in football, NFL football is good. I hate seeing teams being bad forever, man. So this team, all they've been through, man, it's just amazing, man. All right, check this out. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some stats on my end. Give me just a few seconds here. Sacks. So this Browns team, they've had 6 sacks in 3 games. That's not terrible. It's not too bad. They've had 7 touchdowns, 2 for 2 field goals. Let's see here. Offensive yards could definitely be higher. This team is definitely a little bit more conservative on offense, but Coach Stefanski, is doing a very good job. This team has 35 first downs so far this year. Let me see here. Total offensive yards 663. That's not too bad. That's about 220 yards per game. Their defense is nice, man. Browns defense, they're going to get some upsets this year for sure. Like this Browns defense is pretty solid for sure. All right, let me go ahead and pull up the stats of the game. Let me see here. I'm just typing in on my computer. Browns versus Steelers stats. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm just pulling this up here. There was a player I want to talk about for the Steelers. He said he was a UDFA. This guy, Jaylen Warren. Dude is a freaking dog, man. I love watching UDFAs, man. That's one of my favorite things because look how many times first round picks they don't pan out. They don't take and they pan out. But UDFAs and those late round guys, man, those are the hungry guys right there because they know it's not all guaranteed, And I'm watching this interview right now with Chubb, Nick Chubb, and what a humble guy, man of very few words. How many times do we see NFL players where they get the money, man, and it's just you can tell it changes them, changes their hunger, man, it changes their drive. That quest to be great that they were once chasing in college. Well, now they have multiple mansions, and that has all changed. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and share on my screen right now. Let me go ahead and share this really quickly here. And I hope you guys can take this. I'm going to share the stats of the game right now, okay? Let me go share this here. One moment. Okay, here we go. Just pulling this up, guys. All right, folks, I am sharing my screen here really quickly. And this is the stats that we're looking at right now is going to be the stats of tonight's game. So let's start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitch Trubisky was 20 of 32, 207 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, none. He was sacked a few times. Najee Harris, he had some nice runs, man. That touchdown run where he stiff-armed 3 dudes to get in the end zone, just he was eating. But he was not eating like Nick Chubb was. Nick Chubb, 23 carries, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then, his 1-2 punch, they're smash and dash, man. Kareem Hunt, 12 carries, 47 yards, 3.9 yards on average. Even Jacoby Brissett had a little bit of action, 3 carries for 11 yards. That's pretty dang good tonight, man. And then Pittsburgh, they diversified. I like that guy, Jaylen Warren, man. He was pretty good, man. 4 carries, 30 yards. I saw an interview recently with Najee Harris, and I don't know if there's any mental issues going on, man, but prayers go out to him. There's something going on where he almost started crying when a reporter asked him a question if he did anything fun in the offseason. And I don't know, man, it just kind of melts in my heart, man. Even if you're not a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm definitely not a fan of them. But, even if you're not a fan of them, you can be a fan of the person, and to see something like that, man, it's kind of gets to me. I'm a huge believer in taking care of your mental health, man. And there's spiritual battles that we all go through out there, man. And prayers go out to Najee Harris for sure, man. Let's get into these receiving yards, man. Amari Cooper, man. 7 receptions, 101 yards, 14.4 yards on average. 1 touchdown, 32 was the longest tonight, and he had 11 targets. That's pretty dang good. Then we got David Njoku, had one of the strongest tight end. I was saying as if it's last week, but for other tight ends to take, top this for this Sunday and this Monday, it's gonna be tough. David Njoku, man, 9 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. That's one of the best touchdowns I've seen in a minute. That was very similar to the Mike Gesicki touchdown last week versus the Baltimore Ravens. Donovan Peoples-Jones, I wanted to see him get more in the game because he has been more a part of this offense in the past. But Donovan Peoples-Jones is an absolute beast. Then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deontay Johnson, 8 receptions, 84 yards. Look, man, I saw drop passes over there, man. There was one where it was George Pickens had a drop pass, and Deontay Johnson right after, I think a play or two later, had a drop pass, right? this is kind of an undisciplined team. I from what I hear that there's some wind over there tonight and stuff. But man, when your quarterback hits you right in the hands and you drop it, man, that could have been the game, right? A close game like this, man, those little mental mistakes are going to take and catch up with you. Then for fumbles, and we had Najee Harris. He had a fumble tonight. And then defense. Look at his names eating. Jacob Phillips, Grant Delpit, Anthony Walker, which Anthony Walker Jr. was injured tonight. Prayers go out to him. I hope he has a very, very speedy recovery for sure. Isaac Rochelle, Martin Emerson. And then far as sacks, it looks like we had one sack tonight, and that was by Jacob Phillips. So very, very, very nice. There was a sack on Pittsburgh Steelers. They looks like they had Alex Highsmith had a sack and a half, and then Larry Ungunjobi, who I want to say is in his first or second year in the NFL, looks like he took and got in on a sack as well too. So, but yeah, man, those are the stats of the game. Man, gotta love this rivalry, man. You gotta take and love this rivalry. We'll go ahead and hop back here in the chat. Oh, folks, we got a special guest who just took and came in. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce him, man. This is Big Ike, man. Ikenna Onwuasoanya, pro football player, plays for the Houston Gamblers. My guy. Go ahead, bring him in right
Hello?
now.
Can you hear me?
What's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right. So I can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead and let me see. I got your call, by the way. Let me see here. Excuse me, folks. We're just having a issue here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Try exiting.
Anyway, so I guess we'll just have the show without me listening to you, but we can talk.
Hold on. Try exiting and re-enter. All right. Give this a go.
All right.
All right, we're going to be bringing back our special guest here in just a moment, folks. Give him just a minute. Just having some tech difficulties, man. Ken is a freaking great guy, man. Also, if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel grow. Go ahead and hit that bell for alerts. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this game. It looks like the Steelers next. They have the Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Buccaneers. Those are all games that they can potentially lose. All games that they can potentially lose, man. So crazy football night, man. Let me go ahead and add my buddy here. Yo, can you hear me?
Still can hear you.
Oh, man. Okay, let me see something. See if you could change your settings.
Can you hear me?
But hit the... Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on.
All right. Give him a sec. Our special guest should be coming in here in just a second. And Jacoby Brissett, man, like, I'll be honest with you. So, for those who don't know, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. I cover the whole NFL. And I've watched Jacoby Brissett play. I watched him play this game. And Jacoby is, going back to his times at NC State, he was very good in college, very talented. He's a pocket passing quarterback. He came into a situation where his rookie year, he had to take and play, or maybe it was sophomore year in the NFL, but it was rookie year, I believe it was, and Tom Brady gets suspended. The whole Deflategate thing happens, right? And he was steady. I think he threw like maybe one touchdown that game that he came in. He was very, very steady. And then, the Andrew Luck situation happens with the Colts. He's taken all over there. Then he comes to Miami, and he didn't do so well. Hold on a sec, bringing our guest on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
It's still not working. It's just I can't hear you, but you can hear me. So I
I
don't
can
know what's
hear
going
you.
on.
All right, one second, folks. Bringing our special guest. Just having some technical difficulties. Let's see here. All right, he should be joining us back here in a second, hopefully, folks. But then, Jacoby Brissett did not look good for the Dolphins at all. He did not look good whatsoever. I went to the Browns. I'm like, good for him. Man, the joke's on me, man. He actually played really good tonight, and despite a bad interception last week, he played really, really good, man. He's been playing good football, man. So, good enough to be a starter. Not sure on that, but hey, he got the job done tonight. He made important throws. He looks comfortable. He looks like he's been a Cleveland Brown for years, folks. So good on Jacoby Brissett for getting it done. And those fans, they embrace the players. They embrace this team. And all its, who else is going to love the Browns, man? All the stuff they've been through, man. But shout out to the Cleveland Browns, man, for taking and getting the job done tonight. And yeah, man, hopefully, man, we can see more victories out of the Cleveland Browns, man. Hopefully it's, you look at the golden ages, man, and they have some great history, man. It's just kind of taking and putting it together. Personally, I have the Browns taking and making the playoffs, maybe at like 10, maybe 11 wins. I think it can be done, but they need to take it one game at a time. They need to take it one game at a time. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull up their schedule. Give me 1 sec, folks. I'm just pulling it up on my end. So it looks like the next games that they got, pulling up right now. Hold on, bringing my guest here. Okay, boss.
I'm trying to see if I can hear you from my phone.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Let me know if you can hear me.
Let me see. So you can hear me from my phone, right?
I can hear you, but now there's an echo.
Oh shit!
So you have to exit out of one of them.
Okay.
Which one can you hear me out of?
My phone.
Oh, gotcha. Try with the phone.
All right.
Let me see here. Let me. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We got a show. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight, man?
Good.
What a game.
Interesting. So I have a couple of questions for you, right?
Yeah.
Pre-season pick. Who's going to the Super Bowl for you? Who do you got coming out of the AFC and the NFC?
Coming out the AFC, man. I had to put all my bias aside. It's probably going to be the Buffalo Bills coming out the AFC. And then for the NFC, hear me out, man. If Jimmy G takes and stays the quarterback, I'm going to have to take and go with the 49ers. 49ers, Buffalo Bills.
Okay, that is a nice pick. How
about yourself?
For me, I love the way the Kansas City Chiefs are playing because of they have the quarterback. Yeah. They have the defense. Mm-hmm. And they definitely have the fundamentals, because the biggest thing in the game of the NFL is how your offense and defense can mesh together, especially in the beginning of the season. Yeah. I'm coming out of the NFC. I still got to go with the old man in Tampa. Got to go with the old man in Tampa because he has no decline in his game. I haven't seen anybody that has been able to take him off the pedestal in over 20 years now. He's been in the NFL. Yeah. So it's a tough matchup, but I don't really see the Bills taking it and making it out of the AFC. Why? Because you have to look at their defense, right? Because I'm looking at the longevity of the season. Uh-huh. They're already coming into the season with 50% of their defense already injured. Mm-hmm. Injury plays a huge role when it comes to the playoffs.
They're banged up. That secondary's banged up. Jordan Phillips is banged up. Tre'Davious White, I probably messed up his first name, but White, the cornerback, he's banged up.
They have their starting defensive tackle, and Oliver is out. Yeah. He's a major factor to their game. He's a major factor to what they do, the dynamic of their game. Uh-huh. They don't really have a number, apart from Stephon Diggs, they don't really have a number two receiver. Yeah. That can show you, what the capability of what they can do. You know, they don't really have a run game that is solid. They don't have a solid run game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have a good back, but they don't have a really solid run game. You know, now Stephon Diggs in his last game went crazy. He was phenomenal with 3 touchdowns. How many receptions? You know, and he went crazy. But at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs they're just marks to be better than the Bills.
Everything's clicking for them, bro. Like they didn't slow down, and people made a big issue that Tyreek Hill. Look, man, Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. You can't replace Tyreek Hill. But here's the thing. Here's what Pat Mahomes have that there's only one other quarterback in the NFL that has this, which is Brady, is that people come alive around him. And what I mean by that is that he makes people better. So when you put MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling in there, okay, he's not Tyreek, but guess what? Marquez Valdez-Scantling will burn a lot of 80% of cornerbacks in the NFL. You can do a lot with that, right? You got Juju Smith-Schuster, man. You know, he can cut you underneath. And then all the other talent around him.
The biggest sleeper is the rookie Sky Moore. I feel like he's so dynamic in so many ways. You can play him outside, you can play him inside, you can play him in the backfield. And they have a young back, a rookie, Isaiah Pacheco from Rutgers. Okay. You know, he ran a 4.38 in the combine.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. You know, I feel like, you know, their defense is already phenomenal. You know, they have a strong backfield with Justin Reed back there, and their safeties and their corners are amazing. Now, of course, we know what Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and the middle, the D-line can bring to the table. And of course, we have their for me, their linebackers are not really big names, but they are solid.
Yeah. So
now, of course, Tampa, you have Devin White, you have Vita Vea, you have a great defense over there, run by Devin White. He knows what he's doing. Coach Andy Reid. Coach Andy Reid knows how to execute when it comes to Kansas City Chiefs. But Bruce Arians, I don't call Bowles the man right now, because we all know who's running the Chiefs, who's running the Tampa. We know who that is. Yeah. He's the man up there, Brian and Bruce Arians. He's still the man that's running the show. You know, I know he stepped up a bigger position, but we all know he's running the show up there.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, the biggest thing is execution when it comes to what they have going on. You know, and like I said, Bills, we've seen their track record when it comes to the playoffs. They fold every time. Yeah. So it's really be interesting this year because it came out hot. You know, Josh Allen feels more comfortable in the league. He looks more comfortable. You know, he looks like he came back with vendetta against last year. He looks like that. So I won't be surprised if he makes it far. You know.
Yeah.
You know. So
I'll say this about Josh Allen, man. He is a fantastic player. As of right now, best quarterback in the NFL.
No.
He's playing like Cam Newton did, and he gonna possibly end up like Cam Newton did because he out there trying to truck defensive linemen.
But I mean, I understand why people are so. But look, see, the biggest thing about fans nowadays is everybody has everybody's a baby. Everybody's is the new who's the shiny kid on the block. Everybody loves that. So, of course, Josh Allen played last week, Thursday, and on Monday, and everybody's wild. But don't forget, there's still a bad man in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. He's cold, man. He's cold. Now, you was in that training camp. Did you get a chance to take a meet, Pat?
I never got to meet him, but I did definitely meet Andy Reid, and he's a very, you know, and that's why I'm talking from experience. The defense they run is so simple, but it's so complex at the same time. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the concept of what they run is totally predicated on how good the offense is.
Yeah.
That's a big factor. You know, now I was with the Steelers, had a huge time to talk to, you know, Mike Tomlin. The biggest difference is the players in the Steelers organization, they believe in Mike Tomlin. They believe that he's the guy to take them to that position that they need to get to.
Yeah.
Now George Pickens, amazing. Yeah. What he did tonight was very, very phenomenal. Like I think he's a candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Honestly.
Yeah. There's man tonight. Did you see that catch by George Pickens?
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a candidate for the Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Man, I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. So he's running, right? He's running.
Yeah.
Cornerback is on his left-hand side, or back left-hand shoulder, right? And the ball's coming at a 30-degree angle approximately, right?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like this, and he just contorts his body. Man, it was like the Matrix, man. Like,
and the crazy thing about him that I had a chance to talk to him, like, on a personal level, outside, and he's such a cool, calm, and collected guy.
Yeah,
that he's so different when it comes to playing his play style. Now, in my opinion, tonight the best team did win, because, like I said, my boy David Njoku plays for the Browns. You know, and I was with him throughout the summer, so I already knew, he was gonna come back with a vengeance. Because, like I said,
work out together, right?
We did. We hung out a lot in Miami, so I knew the training. I knew the preparation he has. Like I said, I think he's going for Pro Bowl this year. He's gonna be first team All Pro.
Yeah,
because
did you see that play that he had where Jacoby Brissett, he gets him the pass, and the pass wasn't like this super long pass. The pass was maybe like 4 to 6 yards. He catches the ball, and he was like a pinball. I don't know if you ever played a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. Oh, 360, bing.
I know it's so crazy. I think he gained a couple of more pounds because, like I said, his biggest thing for this year, right, for him specifically, what he was working in the offseason was his blocking. Because we all know that he can run routes.
Yeah.
He was good at you knew about him in Miami. He's known for his route running. He's known for his hands, all that. But his blocking was his major thing. And I think being in Cleveland for the past 3 or 4 years, having a no-struck back like Nick Chubb, he was out of the world this night. But you expect that from Nick Chubb. You expect that from Amari Cooper. You pay Amari Cooper that amount of money. You expect him to come every night and give you those numbers he gives you. Now the sleeper, Jacoby Brissett, I did not expect him to be on that level he was. But like I said, the connection between David and Jacoby is great. Now I'm very, very excited, being that I'm a Texan fan. I'm very, very excited to see how him and Deshaun Watson are going to connect. Because the biggest thing about us in the Texan organization, we used a bunch of 12-man personnel, a bunch of double tight ends. We really went into a spread offense. We didn't really have the opportunity to have Deshaun Watson spread the ball out and give it to everybody. We ran a bunch of double backs. We ran a bunch of, like I said, a bunch of tight ends, a bunch of run. We were more of a run team in the Texans. But now that he's in a passing offense, because that's what I think, honestly, the Cleveland Browns are. They have Peoples-Jones, they have Amari Cooper, they have David, and they have a bunch of talent.
Man, their whole running back, receiver, it's nice.
And of course, and don't you have two of the best dynamic backs in the league, with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt coming out of the backfield. That formation, that personnel right there is amazing. Now you add in Deshaun Watson, with his legs and his arm, his football IQ, his leadership. I think they're shooing for the AFC too, honestly.
Yeah, man. I was saying literally right before he came on, man. So before the season, right? Now it's still early on, right? It's only going on a week. Yeah. Colts are on the hot seat. Bengals ain't playing so hot. You know what I mean? And then you know, I said it's more of a coaching side, something from the Joe Broncos. You know what I mean? Just those three. Oh, and then the Steelers tonight. You know what I mean? They fell down to 1 and 2. I think the Steelers gonna be all right, but obviously you got some injuries.
You know, honestly, I don't. In my opinion, I don't really put the Colts on a hot seat because, mind you, they're a new team with a new quarterback.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying the hot seat. I'm talking about like playoff bound. I'm talking about like this year playoff bound. So like before the year, a lot of people were saying like Colts, Bengals, Broncos, and then the Steelers were playoffs.
I don't think the Colts were ever like a big, because mind you, they're in the AFC South. Yeah. All they have is the Titans, the Jaguars, the Texans, and the Colts.
Yeah.
The Texans are not good this year. They're not going to be good. I'm a Texan fan, love my team, but they are not good. You know, Tennessee Titans just let go their offense with AJ Brown going to the Philadelphia Eagles.
That was crazy. You know, on draft night too.
Draft night. That was. You know, and like I said, don't be surprised if in the next 2 weeks you see Malik Willis taking over that offense.
Yeah, I'm ready
because that rookie, whatever he did in the preseason, already stood out to me. You know, now I'm excited to see whether Brooks, the receiver they replaced AJ Brown, I'm trying to see whether he's going to come out and be who they program him to be. You know, I'm excited to see how they're going to use him in that offense. You know, Derrick Henry is going to be Derrick Henry. You know, he's a truck. You know, I think his numbers are going to come later in the season. I feel like he's still coming along. He's a running back. You know, they take time to get back in the game. Yeah. You know, the biggest thing is the quarterback, who is going to be that guy that's going to take them over the top.
And that team, there's a reason they drafted Malik Henry too. Malik Willis, excuse me, is because you can't just become one-dimensional. Like, all right, this is the Derrick Henry show. It becomes very easy to game plan and stack the box, you know, and he's, you know, I don't care if you Bo Jackson, you stack the box after a while, like you're going to slow down a little bit. And I just don't feel that they trust Ryan Tannehill enough. And this is a team that's been to the AFC Championship.
Exactly.
Literally just 3 years ago, AFC Championship.
Yeah, 2 years
ago. You
ago.
know what I mean? Like, how embarrassing, right? Like the Kansas City Chiefs, even when they won that ring 3 years ago, they were super beatable during that game. They didn't like blow out.
But see, like the biggest thing, right? You know, is a different switch that you have when you go to the playoffs. Not every quarterback has that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now I'm very excited to see what Malik Willis does because, mind you, he went to Liberty.
Yeah.
That is not exactly a Power 5. It's not exactly a Group 5 in college football. So obviously, you know, the dynamic of the game is watered down when it compares that to the NFL caliber of athlete he's going to be playing against. Yeah. But I think his physical abilities, his legs, his power of his throw, you know, you can coach him on, you know, his football IQ, you know, that you can do. So I expect a lot of great things from him as a rookie coming in. I feel like he's going to get the Patrick Mahomes-esque, you know, energy, the same with how Lamar did with Joe Flacco in Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know, they sit them on the bench, they let them, you know, understand the offense, understand how things is going. The same with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith. Because honestly, that is the best. As a rookie, that's the best situation you want to be in. You know, you have a veteran quarterback, you learn from that, you learn the system, you learn the ropes. Then from there, the next time you get on the field, you know what to do. It's easier for you to, you know, to play. And then you don't really have the pressure as a quarterback coming in as a rookie.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have that pressure because you're not the main guy.
Yeah.
You know? Now, like I said, I feel like Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The receiver, and I feel like the Packers are going to be good, but I don't think, honestly, like they're going to make it out of the NFC.
Man, yeah, I know Vikings lost really ugly last Monday night. It was a pretty big meltdown, but in my opinion, as of right now, man, I'm going to shock the world with this one, man. I think it's going to be between the Vikings and the Lions. Yeah, I'm on that Lion bandwagon, man. This is why I say this, man. This team is buying into Coach Campbell. Coach bite him in the ankles, Campbell. The coaching staff. I'm a fan of. You know, they're putting up points this year. And I'm seeing a new Jared Goff. I'm seeing the Jared Goff, not saying they're going to Super Bowl, but I'm seeing the Jared Goff that took and went to a Super Bowl, right, for the Rams.
No, hold on. Before you say that, did Jared Goff take them to the Super Bowl, or the defense took them to the Super Bowl?
Well, he was a game manager, so. But I'm just saying, like, but that year was his best year in the NFL. So we're seeing that Jared Goff, and we haven't seen him since. We literally have not seen that same guy. When you stack him around playmakers like Swift. You have Amon St. Ra. Sorry, Amon St. Ra. I'm gonna mess up his name. You know what I'm talking about, the receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got Hawkinson, man. You got in that defense. I mean, it's
the defense is still shaky,
and they give up some points, man. But they got some ballers out there.
The defense is still shaky.
It's shaky, man. But they putting up points, man.
So let me get this straight, right? On record, you're saying they are coming out of the NFC North. That's what you're saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have them making the playoffs because the NFC is not deep. It's nowhere near.
Mind you, you got the Chicago Bears, which are playing amazing. They just lost one game, but Justin Fields is out of this world.
I don't have Bears winning more than 4 games.
That is a serious take right there. You know that.
No, I stand by that, man. I got videos. I got at least like 1 or 2 videos out there floating on the internet. Like, and here's the thing. I think Justin Fields is dope. Like, this is not the same player that we were dealing with last year.
Yes.
His O-line is still soft. He has like almost no receivers. Who's his running back? The coach is definitely going to be fired probably by week 14, I'm thinking. This team is huge win. Huge win to
the hold on. See, you're mistaken. The biggest thing I think you're mistaken is no talent for young talent. He does have receivers, they're just young.
Well, of course he has receivers, but like compared to the rest of the division.
But who do the Vikings really have though?
Yeah, Jefferson, Thielen, Jalen Naylor.
But the league has figured out Jefferson though. You saw what they did against him.
Yeah, the thing with the Vikings, their number one issue is a Kirk Cousins issue. That's the number one issue with that team. Because I guarantee you, man, you put a stable quarterback on that team, even like a game manager, dude, Cousins melts down. I've been watching this dude since he was on the Commanders. He is Phillip Rivers 2.0. He is the statistical warrior. He will do his thing out there. But in big moments, he falls apart. He had that one playoff win, and it was a big deal. But was it Kwesi? I don't want to mess up his name. But
hold on.
He's not crazy about him.
Wait, hold on. I just realized you just scrubbed that bad man in Green Bay. You just took him to the side and you threw him away.
Yeah.
That's just literally there right now.
Because he'll never win a Super Bowl again. I don't see it happening.
We are talking about coming out of the NFC North, and you just took him away from that, and you said the Detroit Lions and the Vikings are making it out of NFC North.
Yeah.
Do you realize how crazy that sounds?
Man, I'm saying that team. Okay, what do the Packers have going? They have Aaron Rodgers. He's going to give you stats. He's going to give you wins. Yep. They probably win like 9 games this year.
They have Aaron Jones.
They'll miss the playoffs by 1 to 2 games.
They have Aaron Jones. He's amazing. Don't forget the last game.
He is. Aaron Jones. Look, Aaron Jones. He's a top 10 back, hands down.
Top 10. I said top 5.
Top 5. Who's your top 5 list
right now in the league?
Yeah.
Like right now. Speaking of right now.
Right now. Like week 3. Yeah.
Week 3. Yeah. If we're talking about week 3, Aaron Jones going at number 1.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb. Clyde from Kansas City.
Okay. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah.
Yeah, you can dispute what he got going on. Leonard Fournette. Fournette has been banging all freaking week.
Mm-hmm.
Injury and all, and he's still going crazy. Who else? Who else would I want to put in my top 5? Who else do I want to put in my top 5?
Say Jonathan Taylor, man.
Like I said, like me and you just said, the Colts are really iffy right now. So, and after what because I really watched the Texans game, he came out slow and sluggish. But I guess you can add him in there just because he's Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
he going in there.
I you know what, man? I agree with you on that, man. Because we got to see. I'm not gonna add you to top 5 because you top 5 dude. Like as of right now, he starts sluggish, so he would be like number 5. Like,
exactly. So that's why Aaron Jones, number 1, Nick Chubb, number 2, number 3, Clyde Hill. The only reason Clyde is number 3 is because of his quarterback. That's the only reason he's number 3, and he has the crazy receiving game.
Yeah.
Number 4, Leonard Fournette. He's been killing it. He got injured last week, but he still came and he did his thing. And number 5, Jonathan Taylor. That's what
I'm looking at the numbers right now. Some of these guys got really slow starts, man. Looking at guys like Javonte Williams, I think he's out of a massive year. It's just slow start, you know. Let me see here. Josh Jacobs, same thing.
Raiders. That is a different conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that right now because I feel like they are going to be the biggest bust and biggest disappointment this year.
It's weird, man, because I was at the Raiders game about a month ago, and it was just preseason, right? Just seeing who they got and whatnot.
Yeah.
Preseason, it's only means so much, right? But I'm just like kind of looking out there, and I'm like, the Dolphins, looking at them, and then of course watching them, and Devontae, it's like he don't miss a step. Devontae Adams, he don't miss a step.
Yeah, he's a great player, but he plays receiver. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
you need a great quarterback to activate. And I think leaving Green Bay was gonna be detrimental to him.
I could definitely see that, man. He the thing with him, man, is Derek Carr's his quarterback, and Derek Carr. I'm not a Derek Carr hater, but I have ears and I'm listening, and I hear the arguments that people say Derek Carr is not him. Metaphorically speaking.
He's not.
And I'm seeing it, and I'm like, I'm starting to lean towards that way, Ikenna. I really am starting to lean towards him not being that guy, because it's like, we all remember, was it 2017 where he was like hurtling over people in midfield, like, he was out there, man. Vanilla Vic, as I say.
The biggest thing, as a quarterback, right? Your lifespan in the NFL is, when you're first round, second round, it's really 3 or 4 years for you to show what you have. So after your first contract, it's like, okay, what can you give us?
Yeah.
What can you bring to the table? What can you create that we understand as people? Yeah. This is why you are paid this amount of money. We know why Hunter Whitfield got paid.
Yeah.
We know why Darren Waller got paid. We know definitely why Devontae Adams got paid. Now we need to know why Derek Carr.
And we know why. We know why Tom Brady said, "You're gonna choose that MFer over me."
Do you really think he was talking about Derek Carr?
He said it. He said it recently. It was about Derek Carr. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's what I thought too.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, okay, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick that he's talking about. He was Derek Carr. Super. I mean, could you picture Brady in the gold, black, and silver? Or sorry, the black, silver, and white. I meant to say.
Yeah, I could, because remember he's from Cali.
Yeah, it's a West Coast team, Nevada. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, no, that caught me off guard.
Could you imagine Tom Brady with Devontae Adams on that offense with Darren Waller and Hunter Whitfield?
Dude, it's crazy, man. And like with Brady, he's player, right? But he's part GM too.
Yes.
So like, this is not your average. It's not like a LeBron James situation. So bring this person over there, and then the Lakers, as of last year, didn't work out. No, Brady knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
like his IQ is stupid. Like, he puts winning over money. You know what I mean? Like, has Brady ever been in the top 3 most paid quarterback conversation?
I mean, he helps. My wife is one of the best, most paid, you know, supermodel in the world. You know, you get to focus on football. You know,
That's true. That's true.
so
Do you think this is last year playing?
I don't know, because I think he's finally found that team that he's wanted.
Yeah.
Because Tampa, they gel everywhere. They are good defensively. They are a well-balanced team, you know. Dolphins, only offense, honestly. You guys don't really have a good defense.
Wait, what?
No.
Hold up. Okay, hold on. Xavier Howard, top 3, top 2 best corner in the league.
Yeah.
Javon Holland, top 3 best safety in league. Brandon Smith, not Brandon Smith. Brandon Jones is right next to him. Last year led the NFL in sacks for safeties. I think he's doing the same thing this year as well too.
I don't think so.
Jalen's he got a sack already this year. In only 2 games. Dude's an animal. He's all over the place. Melvin Ingram, he's older, but hey, he's a rotation player, you know, situational guy. Jalen Phillips, Jerome Baker, Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins is a mid-range guy, but he's still solid. You know, he's having a great year so far. I think 2.5 sacks already. This Dolphins defense is for real, man. This is Brian Flores' baby that he built. They added more to it, and they kept the defensive coordinator. Dog, this Dolphins defense is
Brian Flores, one of the greatest minds I've ever been around.
You actually got to be around him, right?
Yes.
What was that like, man? I mean, because literally he was just there for, I think around that time, like for probably like 2 months, maybe.
Yes, I literally have his number in my phone. He's very, like, when you first meet him, he comes off as standoffish.
Yeah.
Very not, like, he doesn't really talk a lot.
Yeah.
He's very man of few words, you know.
Yeah.
But he knows football.
Yeah.
He understands the game like the back of his hands. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, you know, I feel like the new coach, honestly, for Miami is good, but I feel like Brian Flores would have been great with this team that Miami has right now, because with Tua and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek, all they have to do is score, and you need a defensive-minded coach to be able to keep both points off the board for your offense to score.
Well, here's the thing, man. Tua is leading the NFL in yards right now. He's killing it. I mean, you got to say Ravens, man, one of the best teams in the whole NFL, man. I mean, they're
honestly, you know what? The dark horse of the AFC is gonna be the Ravens.
Ravens, man, that was and the Ravens, like, it's not like, oh, we kicked Joe, man. No, man, that was. I respect the Ravens, man. They beat the brakes off. I mean, we beat them last year, 22-10. We haven't beat the Ravens at home since '97. You know what I mean? And what this game needs to Tua, he can't throw past 15 yards. Well, that was the bunks. Here's another one. He only threw to wide open people. When we watch the tape, almost all the players were in double coverage.
My biggest thing with Tua, I need that consistency in the season.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's was it 17-8 as a starter? I mean, he's a winning quarterback. I mean, at worst, he's Jimmy Garoppolo. At worst.
So at best, what is it? What is his ceiling?
At best, his ceiling, I would say, could be. I wouldn't say Drew Brees yet, but I think his best could literally be Russell Wilson.
So, are you saying right now on this live that you guys, the Miami Dolphins, have your Super Bowl quarterback right now?
Oh yeah, it's because here's the thing: Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl ring, and Tua's better than him. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl ring with the Buccaneers, and Tua's better than him.
Now,
Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl before he got too happy and then got paid and didn't want to play football no more mentally.
No. Now, understand this, right?
Those defenses brought those teams.
Exactly. So
and all those guys were game managers. Tua's a game manager, but he's still better than those guys.
But you guys don't.
Doug, we got a top 3, maybe even top 2 best defense in the NFL.
No.
Yes, we do. 100%.
No.
Yes, we do.
No, I can name 5 defenses that are way better than you guys right now.
The only teams I would say that are better than us defensively, probably the Bills.
No.
The secondary's banged up, and our secondary is better than them.
I can name.
Then you got the Rams. The Rams.
I'll give you the 5 teams, 5 defensive. I'm talking your defensive as a whole, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you your 5. The Bills, Chiefs. Chiefs.
No, we're better than Nope, no sir.
Chiefs. The Saints.
No.
The Saints.
They got Demario Davis. They got Tyrann Mathieu, who doesn't want to be there.
Lattimore. Cam Jordan. Davenport.
Yeah. No, they got good players, but here's the thing: we got great players too. Again, man, I named multiple players across the board on defense.
I'm not done.
Go ahead.
The Bucs. You can't say the Bucs are not better than you guys.
Bucs. We got a better secondary than them. Their linebacker core is better than ours. It's between them and the Bills who got the best linebacker core in the whole NFL.
The Bucs, the Bills, the Chiefs.
I can see arguments for those.
The Saints.
No. Go ahead.
Now the 5th. Let me see. I know Rams.
Yes. Xavier Howard's better than Jalen Ramsey.
Of the most, once you have the best defensive player in the NFL on your team,
Xavier Howard is better than Jalen Ramsey.
Like I said, no, he's not.
You know why he's better? Because Xavier Howard has the lowest quarterback QBR as far as completions on him than any other cornerback in the entire NFL. The stat came out
just because of see, when you're talking about stats, you got,
and he's beating him on interceptions, man. Come on.
So you have to understand, you have to do the eye test too. Jalen Ramsey, his stats are good, but he's not much of a stat guy. He's more of an impact player. His playing shows when it comes to watching the game.
So this season, all right, he had a good game last game against a very sorry Atlanta. I won't say Atlanta Falcons. They're going to be a scrappy team this year, actually. But to get embarrassed like that and to talk that bad about Stephon Diggs, Lord have mercy. Shut your mouth, man. That was not you. Shut your mouth. I'm talking about him.
Yeah,
because he was saying that the dude is that Josh Allen is sorry, man, and Josh Allen was balling on those dudes.
Let's say you guys are better than the Dallas Cowboys defense.
Dallas Cowboys only win 4 games this year. Dallas is going to be sorry. They're going to be sorry this year, dude.
I ask you one question. Are you saying your defense is going to be better than Dallas Cowboys defense?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, fam, you got to watch the Dolphins, man. I won't go any further in this conversation. The Miami Dolphins are way better. I could see it for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a good point. But still, like I got Miami over. The only 2 teams I would say got Miami is probably the Buccaneers. You made a good point on that, and the Bills. The Rams, they got some injuries. Their secondary is not, but then again, that they have the greatest of all time, man, Aaron Donald, right? That's the best D line in the whole NFL. You know what I mean? Aaron Donald is. He retires today, and he's gonna gold jacket next summer. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying. So you have 3 defenses that are sure better than you guys. Then you have, of course, the Saints. I don't think it's a toss-up. I think they're really better than you guys, but you guys just refuse to. You just refuse to acknowledge the fact that they're better than you guys.
What makes them better than us?
They're wrong. If they're wrong game. They have more. They are better. Literally, if you watch the game on TV, you know that they don't run the ball when it comes to the Saints. Now don't look at last week, because obviously the Buccaneers game plan for John Brady. They didn't great part for the run game. Now, if you guys play them, it's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting game because now you have to understand, right? They have the safeties to match across with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Right. Because you only have two guys that can really beat you over the top, but you have a stud in Lattimore. Then you have a stud in Tyrann Mathieu. So those two back there can create havoc for any offense.
They're not going to stop. Here's the thing: Dolphins got the fastest receiver core in the whole NFL.
They do.
The whole NFL, the fastest. Cedric Wilson. You got the Penguin, Mr. Waddle. Then you got Tyreek Hill, right? And then you got your backfield. You got Raheem Mostert. We don't have much of a running game right now because our O-line is suspect. That's the number.
That's the question. Then I'm asking you have a passing game, but the question is when you play a team that has a great pass rushing defense, what is your O-line gonna do?
The same thing we did against the Ravens. Persevere. Tua's gonna get sacked. It's gonna happen for sure. Here's hold on a second. Here's the thing. The Miami Dolphins, let's look at the Bengals. The most sacked quarterback in the entire NFL, top 3 worst O-line in the whole league last year. Bengals made it to a Super Bowl. We've seen this even with Dan Marino in the 90s, man. If you have a quick release quarterback, Tua has a quick release. I'm not saying he's Dan Marino. He has a quick release. You could get it done. Game plan is going to be there, man. This dude, Mike Daniel, is he's a scientist of this game. He's a wizard of this game. He's not one of those people who are like, hey, this is Andrew Hawkins was talking about this, right? Former NFL wide receiver. And he's like, man, that was my wide receiver coach, when I was in Cleveland. And he's like, nothing, even like releases, there was a science behind it. And there was a certain way things had to be done on certain plays. And that little thing that you did impacted 3-4 of the people around you. Like nothing is by coincidence. Like people see his kind of dorkiness and stuff like that. Like, hey there, guys, what's up, man? But this dude, that's the thing with Brian Flores. Probably one of the best. When I say one of the best, you got to put him in top 3, maybe even number 1 or 2 best defensive coaches in the whole NFL. The problem was he didn't have a yin to his yang and surround him around great offensive minds. He did not do that. He brought in a guy who coached a mediocre quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You know what I mean? And that was supposed to be his guy. Then you had the Dolphins owner who didn't want Tua, and they tried to get Deshaun Watson this whole time. That's happening, right? They tried to get Brady, and the whole thing was like a mess. Brian Flores came into a crap situation, hence he's in Pittsburgh. I will always love Brian Flores. I'm not a Brian Flores basher. I would have never fired. I just felt like he needed a yin to his yang, and I think Brian Flores needed 1 more year. But politics happen.
So like I said, the beginning of the story and the beginning of this conversation, and you are telling me right now on this podcast, Tua is the guy.
Yes, 100%. He is the guy. He has low turnovers. Last year, he was the most accurate quarterback in the whole NFL statistically. Now, the counter argument to that is, well, he didn't throw far that much, but he did throw a lot of passes within 25 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's easy to do that when you can throw between 25 yards.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't get all hyped up on that. I look at the wins. I look at the interceptions. I look at how he takes care of the ball. And then, Dolphins, they had a top 3 defense in the whole NFL last year. They were freaking outstanding. Brian Flores had them boys clicking. Again, just offensively, we sucked. And now this year we have nearly almost every single player from that defense last year. Plus, we kept our defensive coordinator, who was with Brian Flores, Josh Boyer. Now we have an offense, and we have an offensive-minded coach who's going to take and build on what Tua has. So I'm comfortable with Tua. I'm a Dolphins fan before I'm a Tua fan. So I know you and I didn't know each other at the time, but I had no problem lighting up Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then also what's his name, Ryan Tannehill when he was on the.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good with you guys.
He was mediocre. He didn't have the it factor, man. Tua in clutch moments, man. That's the thing with Tua in clutch moments, man.
But what has he showed you in clutch moments, though?
He beat the Ravens last week, man.
That doesn't count.
How does that not count? He's a quarterback.
That doesn't count. I like because one. The Ravens is first of all they're a very tricky conversation with the Ravens, being that it's only Lamar Jackson. You saw what?
It's not tricky. They lost.
They don't really have any.
We beat them. Hold on a second. We beat them, and Lamar had a career day, and you know they're big time secondary player. I forgot what his name is right now. He it was his first game back. He was balling. He was beating the crap out of us, and they had us beat, man, 14-35 in the fourth quarter. And for you to let up like that, and then Tua, man, he got the ball to where it needed to go.
Now let me ask you, who is in you guys' conference?
In our conference, the Buffalo Bills, we got New England Patriots, and we got the Jets.
You got who?
Bills, Patriots, Jets.
Okay, the Jets are out of there. You know, I don't know because they've been playing good. I think they won their first game. They lost their second, or they lost their second and won their first.
Yeah, something like that. They're 1-1 right now.
Yes.
Now the Jets are going to, potentially another draft or two. Here's the thing: they lost Mekhi Becton, their best offensive lineman, for the second year in a row. Man, unfortunately, I don't wish this on anybody. I don't care if it's Josh Allen. I don't wish injury on rivals ever. But yeah, he has there's a chip in his knee. It's like around or something like that. So he's done for the year, man. And Mekhi Becton is, bro, you watch his tape. It's like, and you play D-line, so you know, man, just that guy where once he gets his hands on you, it's like he has superpowers and you just melt. Like,
yeah.
So good.
So who else? The Patriots. So it's really going to be a toss-up between you guys and the Patriots.
Patriots, I don't see them winning more than 9 games.
So you don't see them going to the playoffs?
Absolutely not. No.
Why?
Mac Jones is their quarterback. Mac Jones is
and
they have Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia, who's a defensive coach, is calling offensive plays. And that decision was literally made just a few weeks before the season started. And then
what about Daniels?
Coach Mike McDaniel?
Yeah.
Oh, he's an offensive coach. And Josh Boyer's handling the defense, and Mike McDaniel's handling the offense.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's literally like we maintained a top 3 defense from last year. Our offense made massive jumps. My problem with the Dolphins' offense, I feel like we're still 1 or 2 O-linemen behind, though our offensive line is going to be a lot better than it was because we got Teron Armstead, we got Connor Williams. There's another cat, Greg Little, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Who didn't do so well in Carolina, but hey, he's doing his thing. He's just a mid-range guy, but I'm happy he's on the fence because that's better than the garbage we had last year, right? Tua getting destroyed. I'll say this Bills game, I won't be shocked if Miami loses because the Bills, they're the Bills. You know what I mean? They're just such a good team. Their secondary is banged up. We're going to put points on them for sure. But the problem with the Dolphins is the same problem we had with the Ravens game. They need to play all 4 quarters. You got to play all 4 quarters of play. Even the Patriots game, we beat them, was it 20-7 or something like that? Dog, our 4th quarter sucked against them. We just played literally.
So now the question to you, my counter argument to you, and my counter question to you is this, right? Being that is the question of emphasis, 4th quarter play, do you think you guys have what it takes to make a deep run in the playoff?
Absolutely. 100%. Yep. I definitely
because the 4th quarter is really what makes or breaks you in the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Tua is a situational quarterback, man. He's a game manager, a situational quarterback. I want to see this offensive playbook open up for sure. But what I see so far, I mean, he's a winning quarterback. He's only lost 8 games out of the last 17 games.
Yeah, but see, in the playoffs, it becomes less of a situational football and game managing than because of who the quarterback is as a person.
Right.
So we got to see. We honestly have to see. We're still early in the season. Mm-hmm. We are still on what's it called? The predictions are still, like I said, my prediction is the Chiefs and and Buccaneers. It's gonna be a rematch between Tom Brady and what's it called? Patrick Mahomes again. Yes,
I could see that, man. Yeah, Pat Mahomes. Man, those Kansas City Chiefs, man. Like Pat Mahomes is from another planet, man.
He's that guy.
Dude, he could throw. I saw a play, man. Not a play, but it was a pregame thing. He threw a 50-yard pass behind his back.
He is that guy.
He is amazing, man. Like man, shout out to Dustin Crum, man. He almost made the final roster. It was a quarterback who I interviewed. I think a week after I interviewed you before, and who knows? Maybe they pick him up later in the year. But not that he's better than Mahomes, but man, Dustin Crum, he was so dope for Kent State, man. He was awesome, man. Hey, speaking of college football, man, I did not know Austin Eckler played for the RMAC.
Yeah, he did.
I did not know that, man. I was like,
I literally found that out too. The same time you did. I'm like, he played for Western, yeah. Yeah,
Western Colorado. I was like, what? Like,
I'm like, okay, that's crazy. But I mean, you did that. That shows you that anybody can make it into the. So college, who do you got going?
Oh, so I'm not as much as a college football whiz as I am with NFL, but right now, man, Ohio State looks pretty good.
You can't sleep on Bama, of course.
Can't sleep on Bama, dude. Bama, the moment I turn my back on Bama, they're like, I'm right here. Like, there's
Bama, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, Bama. Maybe
USC.
You know what, man? I saw the highlights of game one. Caleb Williams is on another planet, man.
Yes.
When USC is playing good college football, that's good college football. Because I'm not like, it's weird, man. Growing up, man, like my dad was a Canes fan. Most of my family went to U of F, and then Florida State, Landis Hall. Landis Green is named after my great-great-grandfather. Something like I didn't know the guy, but I don't know, man. I'm just a fan of players, kind of thing. I'm not like this is my
big school. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like if you go in my closet, man, dude, I got like different. I got a Canes hat. Got like different hats and stuff like that, man. So it's just kind of seeing what matches the wardrobe. I will say, man, growing up, and I'm 33 years old, man. There's a guy by the name of Pat White who played for West Virginia.
Okay.
And he was like Vic back in the day, man. He was just the coldest, man. He was like, but when he came to NFL, man, it was like quarterbacks like Vic were like a rarity. And and teams now they're a lot more open-minded to it, But Pat White also had a fantastic arm too, right? Just like you look at Malik Willis, that dude could launch the freaking ball 60 yards down the field. Lamar Jackson, I pray to God he never tears an ACL and has a long career, uses legs and arm. But if in the event he has a serious knee injury, he'll be just fine being a pocket quarterback because he has that ability, right? But like I look at the Texas Tech quarterback, I forgot what his name, Smith, Donovan Smith or something like that, and he's a wide receiver playing quarterback. This cat can't throw it all. He's got it, man. Maybe next year, I don't know. Maybe need some development, but he's not that guy, So, but I've been watching a lot, man. I watched the Air Force Academy versus CU Boulder game last week.
Yeah,
that or week before last. That was dope. I watched the Golden Gophers game last week, last Saturday. So I've been tapping in, man, a lot more than usual, man. And, I'm trying to get these these draft prospects for next year, man, trying to get ready for January, February, March, April and stuff. So shaking and baking with that, man, and stuff. But, man, dude, thank you so much for coming on the show. Actually, folks, if you're tuning in, go down below. I actually have I have his Instagram, his Twitter on there, and Ikenna, man. And for those who don't know, Ikenna is a pro football player, man. He plays for Houston Gamblers, man. USFL, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, what are your thoughts going into your second USFL season?
Biggest thing is get faster, stronger, quicker. Work on my hands, be more flexible. I try to put on for literally the NFL. The goal is to get back in the NFL. Show what I can do in the USFL and then build off that and go to the NFL. Like I said, with these new leagues coming out with the USFL, the XFL, with the CFL, the NFL has a lot of pool to pick from. And as a player, you want to be one of them that they pick.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I have, my vision and my goal is to get back in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
If anybody could do it, man, you can definitely do it, man. You went off your last year at CSU Pueblo, and I know towards the back half you went over to Houston Gamblers. And well, I'll just say, I'll make the announcement: Houston Gamblers, because of you, they are my favorite USFL team, man. So I'm rocking with you.
Say no more. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm rocking with you, my man, for real, man. And folks, go down below, man. Follow his story, mad inspirational, and you post some pretty funny videos around Houston as well, too, man.
Thank you.
I was watching the one, was it the Nigerian ladies at church or something like that? I was cracking up laughing. That was pretty funny.
Thank you.
I saw that, man. But hey, folks, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel to grow. Hit that bell for the alerts. Comment below. Man, it's always good linking up with you, Ike, man, for real, man. And you guys stay tuned. This Sunday, we got more live shows on the way, man. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
All right. Thank you very much. Peace.